Hello guys, thanks for jumping back into my channel. This is MindYourCrypto, my name is Bill, and today I'm going to make an update about SKL. I'm going to make a price prediction and technical analysis. I will start today somewhat different, using Gann funds to show you some major support and resistance levels. So if you like the video, please hit the like button. If you like the content, subscribe to my channel. I've devoted myself here. Thank you for the support, and let's proceed quickly to explain what I was talking about. So here I have drawn two different angles. You can see here 145 angle degree starting from the top of 12 March, and the reason I drew it so much left is because I wanted to be in the same exact position with the lower bottom here I've drawn at 22 January. So I've drawn two lines, two 45-degree lines starting from the top to the bottom, and from the top to from the bottom, sorry guys, to the top as well. So here you can see that I will use now Gann fan to predict the support and resistance levels and have a trend line. So let's use from the top here to the bottom, and I want to show you now something. I want this line here, the 1-1 line, to collide with the 45-degree line. The reason is that this shows us the 1 unit of price per 1 unit of time, and I always want them to collide, so we will have a very symmetrical way of predicting the support and resistance lines, as I've drawn with the yellow lines. I will talk to you about later for this yellow squared box and the yellow line here. So using Gann funds from the bottom as well to the top, with the exact same way, I want the 1-1 line to collide exactly, almost exactly right like that, with the 45-degree line as well. I'm going to make this one the red one here, so we don't get so much confused. I know there were many lines, of course, but the main point I want to show you here, let's get this far down a bit. Okay, the main thing I want to show you here is that major and resistance level don't always have to be, major support and resistance lines, guys, who don't always have to be horizontal. They can have degrees in them. Like this line here, the 3-1 red line here, you can see how it smoothly comes down, and you can see it played the resistance role so many times before, and ending at 24th March. Then we break through of this line, and we had this huge pump up. Okay, and you can see here, of course, the blue line, the 4-1, how it played the resistance line before, the support line here, and now it had played the support role again at 25 March and 26th March. Of course, here the 8-1, 8 units of price per 1 unit of time here played the resistance line, the red line here, sitting at 13 March. Here one resistance line, of course, we went above due to the Coinbase listing, the two huge bullish candles. We had this huge sell pressure here, and we reached the resistance line 1 time and 2 times. Of course, it is not 100% accurate, but you can see that it is pretty much accurate for most of the times. And it is a great way to find major support and resistance levels. You can try it for yourself at home, and I think this is great. I use them most of the times. Drawing support and resistance lines is not always easy. You have to take into consideration many things. So someone who just puts random lines and tells you different stories is not someone who knows many things. Okay, in my opinion, you should always take into consideration many important factors to draw support lines. Of course, in my videos, I've drawn horizontal lines just to be quick for you guys and not to analyze so many things into one video. I want to hit the significant points again. So that's it with the Gann funds and how you can see some strong resistance and strong support lines that's not always horizontal. So let's continue quickly and go to the RSI and the CCI indexes, and I circled these two tops here, one top, two tops, because I think we will go a little bit sideways, but I will explain this of course later. The RSI and the CCI indexes, here we had an overbought situation, that's why we went down, the risk was very high, and if I made a video right here I would suggest you guys not to buy. Of course it would be always your decision, but in my opinion I wouldn't buy here because the risk was too high. We would already were on the train, the train was aboard, and of course I would have missed the hype train here. So we fell down and we went back in at the top levels, almost top levels, 70 for the RSI and 100 for the CCI, and now I think that we will see a downward sideways scenario, and we will talk about this later. So according to the RSI and the CCI, there's not much risk involved. However, I think they might go a bit downwards in the short term, in the next few days. So let's go quickly to the SKL and the Bitcoin. I've talked about this many times. I will talk about this many times. This point here where the 50-day EMA goes beyond 20-day EMA and the 30-day EMA, you can see here. Let me zoom in a bit now. You can see the 20-day EMA with the yellow line, the 30-day EMA with the orange line, and the red line, the 50-day EMA. When 50-day EMA crosses and goes beyond the 20-day EMA and 30-day EMA, we have a very bullish point here. So that's why, sorry guys for this random line here, that's why we had this pump up and then we go downward again, and then this pumping with the Coinbase listing. The reason we went so far above the SKL against BTC is because of the Coinbase listing. Okay, so we had one top here, two tops here, and the support level is the 30-day EMA. Let's see how long the 30-day EMA will be our support level. All 20-day EMA might play in the short term the resistance role afterwards. So let's go to the Bollinger Bands, the squeeze point here where it was a good buying scenario for the long term. I always take into consideration Bollinger Bands for the long term, guys. And when we have these candles that surpass the top line here, then we have a very huge risk. That's why here we had this huge risk, and of course here that's why we had this correction, and then we went upwards again till this point that was the resistance point previously at 13 March, and then we went down again. So the higher the volatility, the higher the risk. And how can we know with the Bollinger Bands? It is the distance between the top line and the bottom line. As you can see, when we have a squeeze point, it is a buying opportunity. Right now we don't have any. We have a very high risk. We had a very high risk, and now we might move a bit downwards and sideways. But now let's proceed to our short-term price prediction, and right now I've got these lines here that shows us why I think it will move like this. We had one top here, two tops here, the bottom lines, new higher high, new higher lows, but lower highs. So we can move here, and the trend lines will move as well as here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In my opinion, we'll move a bit sideways, a bit downwards. We might hit some new tops, but the tops will be lower than the previous ones till the SKL finds its price after the Coinbase listing, because you already know when an asset is on Coinbase and Coinbase announces that they will have this asset listed, then this pumps up and then has a correction and it's moving a bit sideways afterwards till it finds its price again after these major pump ups and the major corrections. Right now the 20-day EMA and the 30-day EMA play the support role here, they play the resistance, but after all, you know, in general they play the support role. Let's see if this continues, or they play the resistance role here, the 30-day EMA and the 20-day EMA. I expect a drop down and somewhat like this. So in my opinion, this is always my personal opinion and experience through the cryptocurrency market. I wouldn't buy here, I wouldn't invest here. And if you've bought at the top, you should be patient, and of course don't sell, because selling with a disadvantage, selling when you have losses, is not an option in trading. Always remember that, and don't put much money when we are in the tops, where we are heading upwards and we have a huge risk. Put little money if you want to put some money here, and if you made a mistake like we all do, put a little money here and the most money on the support lines, on the bottom support lines. So like that, we will have 100% profits. So let's jump back to the SKL against Ethereum. You can see here it's same situation with SKL against BTC, but right now 20-day MA play the support role. As you can see here, we had one top, two top here. I'm expecting to see a more downward sideways situation again for SKL against Ethereum as well. Personally, of course, I believe that Ethereum will do fantastic in the future, but this is always my opinion. I think Ethereum right now has a very low risk if you want to HODL and invest for the 2021. Low risk, high reward. Okay, so but that's just my opinion, guys. Let's proceed quickly to the SKL and the market cap. You can see the market cap sits at 500 million. You can see here, and the price sits at 0.8 USD with a circulating supply of 660 million circulating supply. So if you multiply the circulating supply with the price, you get the market cap. What do I think about the market cap? I think it is pretty cheap, still cheap coin for the future. If you want to invest, if you trust this coin, I don't hold any of SKL, I don't have it in my portfolio, but if you want to invest and you trust this coin, you can do it for the future. Of course, I don't think this market cap will be the lowest for SKL. However, as I told you, in the short term, we might see a drop down and moving sideways. And the reason, I think the most successful part of when you want to take profits, when you want to have profits, is not looking at the index. The most important part is to know yourself, okay? To see what person are you. Are you a hodler? Are you a long-time hodler? Do you have the courage to not panic when the price might drop down, might have a correction of 30% just one day, because that's what cryptocurrency market is. We don't have the massive adoption yet for the most of the coins, so we can see huge volatility, we see huge price actions. And if you want to invest for the short term, then you always should know that you're taking some risks and you should not panic, because when you panic, you sell at the loss, and you don't need to do that. And the most important thing is to know yourself, to be patient, and to manage to control your emotions. That's what trading is, your emotions, guys. It is always important to see in the indexes, to know the market, to have an experience in it, and to see how it will grow, but the most important thing is your emotions. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support. It was a long video, but I will put timestamps. See you soon with more videos. Bye, guys. Thank you a lot.